Yeah. Hi, Deb.
Hey, Deb, how's it going?
Good. Let's have a double Deb session, we thought. Hey,
That's hilarious.
go live. And yeah, because we've just been having a chat, and it's interesting. You've just come into my world again. Like New Zealand's such a small place, isn't it? And we met online. I've known you for maybe 8 years. Do you reckon it's been?
I think it's been about 8 years. Yeah.
How did we meet? I can't even remember how I came across you, but you know how you just come across people online?
I'm actually going to say, yeah, I think that it would have been, we were just in the same sort of sphere of the work we were doing at the time, actually, which I think, if I remember rightly, you were doing video and maybe I was doing websites at the time. It would have been before my
No, you were doing Facebook ads, because I remember going, I need to talk to this woman. She knows what she's doing with Facebook ads. Someone definitely would have recommended you. And I really hadn't gone there with Facebook ads. But we were both definitely, women, women entrepreneurs in business for ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
And you've been doing the whole website marketing thing. I was doing similar stuff myself. I think I'd self-branded at that point. I was Deb Evans, be real, be remembered, be revolutionary. And I was doing websites and stuff as well.
Our skills kind of crossed, didn't they? We really did complement each other, I think, with what we did.
Definitely. And I did one of your Facebook workshop things, Facebook ad workshop things. I remember that. Yes, and you said the video thing. So yeah, I started dabbling in Facebook videos, and I had a challenge. That's right. I had a challenge called Get Over Yourself and Get Yourself Out There. And off the back of that, I built a course called this is so bad, because like right now, Rock the Boat, we're helping people launch their business, their brand, their whatever their online offering is, and that could be courses. Well, the very first course I ever launched was Rocket Live, and it was helping people really rock it with live video on Facebook. And I spent months putting that together. I was such a Virgo perfectionist. And I had it all, it looked beautiful. And I had, a bunch of, a small group of people that was going through it with me. And then I did my big launch, my big pitch, at the end of the training, and nobody signed up. It was a complete flop. Oh my God.
A lot of learnings though.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I can see there. I've been there. I've worn the T-shirt. I know exactly all the things that I did wrong. Yeah. Exactly. And, a big part of it is about not asking your people what they really want, or the demand was not strong enough and the price point was wrong.
And you want to know something though? Like, it was probably so pretty, and knowing you, it would have looked amazing. And do you know what? This is one thing, and I've never understood this. All those years that I did Facebook ads, the people with the ugliest websites, like, converted.
Oh, really?
I don't get it. Yeah. Like, honestly, you could have an ugly site and it would convert. You're beautiful. I don't know.
Interesting. So it depends on the offering. I guess with Rocket Live as well, there's you're teaching people to go live. And if they're thinking, oh my God, it has to look this slick, nah, I can't do that, and they back out, like, there's probably that too. Not that it was like, it wasn't next level slick at all.
See? Lots of learnings right there for you.
Lots of learnings.
People are probably wondering why we've got the same background, because I'm at Deb's house now.
It's a double Deb session. Yeah, we got the twin baby grands, and we just thought that would be quite fun.
They said we've just got one blonde and one brunette, so that's what we did.
We got it all covered.
Oh yeah. Everything.
Oh, and so anyway, you came back into my world because you reached out about a business proposition, and you're a businesswoman. I'm a businesswoman. You knew that I'd be open to discussing that, but that's by the by. What I had noticed before that is during all the madness over the last few years, I heard someone invited me to a group called, what was it? Be Prepared Lockdown. It was like some chick was helping people pack their backpacks so that they could do the big runner with their family if they needed to head for the hills, in case people were coming around to, you know, force give us carrot juice. And I remember thinking, oh my God, I need this. I need to do it. And then I got on the group and it was like, Deb, what the hell are you doing?
I do hope you've got your bag packed.
Oh no, I didn't quite get it fully together. No, have you still got your bags?
Oh yeah. Not. Let me explain though. Let me explain. So, yes, we have our 72-hour packs. Now, honestly, I get like the odd person in my private messages that says to me, "Oh, you're crazy. What do you need a pack for?" And I'm like, you know what? If there's an earthquake or if this mountain blows up, which, you know, one day it will, my family and I can just grab our stuff and know that we can live like probably indefinitely with what we've got in our bags. And we don't need to run around getting passports, getting stuff, getting food, getting photos or everything that we need. We've got it all there, first aid, everything. So that I know that people think, oh, we're going to run away if we've got to get the in our arm, but no. Whilst I think that time might, but
it was you responding to a definite fear in a big chunk of the population at the time. When was it again, roughly, that you started that? No, I totally remember. I was there. I was in that space.
Yeah, so it was actually funny how it all came about. So that all happened in 2020, and we know that the whole carrot flu, can we call it that?
Yeah. Go on.
For lack of a better word, because we don't want to be banned or flagged or anything like that. So
any more than we already are.
Exactly. So in December 2019, I remember exactly where I was at the time. My husband and I and the kids, we were driving on our way to Palmerston North, and I just had this strong feeling. There's not a lot about any of that in the media at the time. And I just said to him, I said, I've got this really strong feeling that we need to prepare. We need to do, because we were doing nothing to prepare for anything. You know, I was like, we need to prepare. And he goes, oh, you mean like with food and stuff? I'm like, yeah, there's a strong feeling we need to do this. So I'm like, he was like, yeah, okay. And we actually went over there and we started we did a bunch of shopping, and we went home, and over those next 3 months till about March, we just kept adding to it. I had no idea what I was doing. I was literally just chucking food in the cupboards and hygiene stuff like cleaners and just all sorts in the cupboards.
Yeah, we were all stocking up. Yep.
Yeah, just to I don't know. It was just a feeling I had. Well, when the whole thing happened and we couldn't leave our homes, you know, isn't that crazy? When you think back, isn't that crazy?
That's just mental.
Yeah, we didn't need to rush down to the shops. We had everything we needed. We were totally fine, which was a real blessing to us. But what that made me realize, when I saw what was going on at shops and I saw videos of people fighting over things, I was like, wait, there's a big job to do. We need to help people prepare, you know, not just for things like this, but also for natural disasters. You know, and things, you know, things have been happening in the world. So, so that's when I started the group. It probably would have been about March, April. And I actually learned alongside everyone else. It wasn't just, here's how to do everything. I was actually learning and researching and just sharing everything I learned. And I had there were 3 friends that we would be on Marco Polo, and we would we were starting to get our 72-hour packs together. And we were, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm just going to close Facebook there for a minute. Sorry. And then we were starting to like pack get bags packed, and we would just share on Marco Polo. It's like, hey, I saw these, they're nice and light, they're good for our packs, and they'd share, and then we learned how to like pack food for long term, and it was amazing. It was a really cool experience, and that's kind of what I shared with the group.
It's really cool. I mean, I was doing kind of similar things, but more locally at the time. Pulling together workshops to plan and prepare, and thinking of all the things, not so much, a little bit for like getting on the move, but also just in your homes. And if you were to stay put, what did you need to get by? And you're right, you just look into all the things, and McDem and CDem, like civil emergency management sites were good ones to go to, and just look at, preparing for natural disasters and stuff, good places to go to. Yeah, and I was hosting workshops up here in the Bay of Islands and stuff, and helping people get their stuff together, get their shit together.
It's much needed though, eh? Like I've connected with so many people through doing that and made some really good friends, because people are like, wow, this is what we need, and I know there's other groups out there that do that, and that's fine. So it's, and
a lot of people I know now are, really prepared, and not just with that, but with their local communities and who their key people are and they've kind of coming together with little plans and stuff. To look after each other, which is really important.
It's so important, eh? So important.
But do you feel like people have kind of forgotten about all those days and are thinking everything's back to normal, even though it really doesn't look normal to me? You were just saying, and you see what's going on in America right now? It's like, oh my gosh. It's all kicking off again, eh?
Look, I know what's coming, and I know it's not pretty. I don't live in a place of fear either. Like I'm not, I'm not scared of anything coming. I think it's actually quite exciting. That might sound morbid.
Bring it on.
Yes.
Because like you say, it's like, it's been coming a long time. It's just like, is it finally here? Is this it? Good, because it needs to. We like to rip the Band-Aid off. It needs to happen. Old needs to break down completely before people en masse. I see. It's all
exactly. And that's the thing, is that I'm not sure there's anything that can prepare us for what's coming, but I think unity is a big thing, and all I'm seeing right across the world is division by race, division by
manufactured division. Yeah.
100%. This is what they want. They want civil war, and it's just crazy. And I do see it in New Zealand to a degree.
Yep.
And
yes.
And it's a worry. We're all New Zealanders. I know there's history. I know a lot about that history. To do your law degree, you have to know all about that stuff. So I get it. But what I'm seeing, and you're seeing it in Paris right now, all the, my goodness, is the riots over there. It's just insane. America burning the flag, like far out. We don't see it on the 6 o'clock news here. I to be honest, I do watch the news. I watch it for fun though. Well, not fun. That's probably the wrong word.
Oh goodness. I really avoid it, but I understand why you watch it. Yeah.
I watch it because I find it curious what their narrative is that day. How they spin things. Like the whole Trump thing, for example. For a week there, they loved the guy. I was like blown away, because normally there's nothing but hate. But for a week there, they loved him. So I get very confused at their narrative that they spin. But that's okay,
Yeah. I was watching something the other day about, they're interviewing, left wing on the street, and they're all going, "Oh, it was all staged. It's all staged." It's like, I don't know. How does a dude take that kind of risk? But they're saying, "Oh no, have they even seen his ear?" Oh, well, I don't know. Good point.
Yeah,
It's
like
what I have learned over the last few years.
Shoot at my head, but don't hit me in the head. Just nick my ear.
Yeah. But what they're saying is, if it was even nicked, has anyone even seen the ear, and seen show us the evidence? And I have to admit, the one thing I have learned over the last 3 years is don't trust anything you see or hear unless you've seen it with your own two eyes. You can touch it, you can witness it somehow, because anything that we're seeing televised or online, very much.
Yeah, look, I've seen so many theories about what happened. At the end of the day, I'm not an expert. I don't know. And even an expert doesn't know, to be honest. Like you say, unless you're there, touch it with your own two hands. I mean, yeah, he's got stitches in his ear. So if I was to be pulled to one side of that, it would be that someone tried to take him out. But how? We're not being told the truth about that, of course.
No.
We're not. It's definitely dodgy. But I don't believe it was someone on his side. But yeah, I could be wrong. I'm totally open to that. But that's just where I'm sort of swayed right now.
Yeah. And so now there's flag burning. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not.
So, Deb, is there anything much on the news about what's going on in the States? Because all eyes should be on what's going on in the States, because it has impact globally, and it definitely has impact in all the Western Five Eyes countries like ourselves. It will have very much a ripple on flow down to our, economy, everything. We should be watching what
I think that's the thing that people think. Okay, I was talking to someone yesterday, and I was talking about the things going on in the world. And yes, she's a bit younger, and she was like, "Oh no, I don't care. That's America. That's far away." I'm like, "Do you have any idea how this will affect us?" I don't know. It blows my mind that that some people just lack interest in it. Because it's there is going to be a trickle down effect, probably much more than a trickle down effect. But if for example, I don't know, as an example, a financial crash over there, there's going to be huge effect here in New Zealand. Our economy will stop. What about our petrol situation? And oh my goodness.
We've got 3 weeks worth, is it? That's pretty important.
It's just, and I don't think people tend to, I think they're like, oh, it's so far away, it doesn't matter. It does matter, very much so. Shipping, everything comes from China. If that stops, what are you going to do,
And all of our money is very, very closely linked to the strength of the US dollar. So if that plummets, we're all pretty screwed.
Oh yes, yeah, exactly.
And we're not one of the BRICS countries, and there's no chance of us getting anywhere near that.
We're definitely not immune to the trickle down effect of what's going on. So I definitely think it's wise to sort of.
Yeah. It's wise to cover our bases, right? We've got to build resilience in every way we can, financially, as well as, all the things that you are, doing with your group in terms of being more resilient and prepared for what's coming, in terms of stocking up and having the things that we need around us. We also need, financially we can't be dependent. We're so blessed that we're not dependent on jobs, on the whim of an employer saying, sorry, gotta let you go now, today, next week, what have you.
And you know what, and even if the whole carrot juice thing happens again, which let's be honest, with the laws that are being made, that will happen. There will come a time where you won't have a choice, and if you don't have it, then you can't go to work. So we're very lucky for our situations, and Just look at that pandemic treaty.
Yes, you put that up in your group the other day. I wonder if I can be clever and oops, that's not clever. I wonder if I can be clever and bring it up on the screen, your images. Let me have a try. But tell us about what you brought up in your group this week.
So the pandemic treaty that was updated in July, just this July, about 2 weeks ago, I think it was. And it's been published on the government site, and I'm just like, holy moly. They're actually mandating these things. These things will be legally mandated. So there was lots of issues before, right? And they said that they got around it last time because when you read the Bill of Rights, our New Zealand Bill of Rights, it's okay to do something if it's a justified limitation. And they considered it the pandemic. Probably should use that word, should we? They considered that time a justified limitation on our Bill of Rights, right? So this time it's now written in law. So and it's the pandemic treaty. Now, anything like the pandemic treaty or anything like that, in order for it to become law, they can't just sign a treaty and it's binding on New Zealand. It's international law, right? But international law is not binding on New Zealand until it's brought back home to Parliament. They have a discussion about it. We know how that will go. And then they ratify it in Parliament and then write it into our legislation. So it's not law per se until all of that process has been gone through. So that will happen next. And once it's written in, we're screwed. Just saying.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And so, big parts of that is that they have the power to prescribe preventative treatment. And the medical officers have that power.
Wonder what that preventative treatment is.
Yeah. Yeah, the same one they suggested last time. Yeah, I would say. And,
exactly. It's just it's an overarching reach of power, really, is what it is. I 100% believe in bodily autonomy. I mean, isn't that what the whole Me Too movement was about?
Yeah, exactly. It's
autonomy.
It's ironic, actually. So many people fell for it.
100%. And I actually feel really sorry for those people, because you know what? They actually thought they were doing the right thing. And I think it's really rough looking back. I mean, I've got friends that had that. They thought they were doing the right thing.
Yeah. All my family. All our family did. Yeah. And you know what? I feel more for the people that everything in them said, I don't want to do this, but felt they had to. And that's because of the job thing. That's because, they couldn't afford not to. And that's where we need to be building up resilience, and that's, having a bit more diversity in terms of where we can draw our income from. Different income streams. We've got to look at all these things.
My husband's a lawyer, so we had our law office back then. We were pretty new back then, had a new office, and we had like 60 plus people in our office just saying, how can we get around this? What can we do? And the law was changing by the day. Like literally, we would see something. We had a big meeting, like 60 people in our office. It was only a small office at the time. And we looked at the law the next day, and I was like, holy moly, they've just repealed that and changed it to this. And that was just happening.
Wow, that fast. Wow.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. I'll never forget that time. But yeah, you're right. So we need to diversify. So we've just started adding another income stream to our household because, and it's really exciting. I'm excited about it because I don't think, we need to be able to, I don't know. I think it's important to all of us to get out of debt, stay out of debt, have as much income as we can and just prepare ourselves that way. Financial sovereignty is really important.
Yep. No, absolutely. And we're the same. And I mean, we've got our business, but it's still not where we want it to be yet, but it's getting there. And so and I was interested in what you presented to me, this idea, this business opportunity. And even though I have to say, Deb, I cringed because okay, so let's just let people in on what it is. And it's in the health industry. It's in the health industry, and our health is our wealth, right? I absolutely believe that this is a massive part of our resilience, because what we were just talking about, I don't want to go near a hospital. I don't even want to go to the doctor if I have to. Hell, I want to stay away from dentists and like everything. Like, I just don't want to get sick. And in order to be in a compromising position whereby that medical officer might decide I have to, no, just keep well clear. And so, my journey health-wise over the last couple of years, I've been learning a lot from my good friend Karen Creighton, and she's been a medical herbalist for over 30 years, and she's been a guinea pig all her life. She does a lot with diet. I mean, she believes, and I believe fully now, that food, what we're putting into ourselves, is so important, for our immunity and overall health, but also frequencies affect our health. There's a lot of negative frequencies, but just this on the same on the flip side of that, if we can maintain a high vibration and frequency, we will be better off. We will, our well-being will be better. And that's playing into that whole don't get full for the fear stuff, again, like stay positive, stay optimistic. And I definitely am. But, I just want to do everything I can to make sure that I'm not going to get sick, basically.
To be an optimal health, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of fasting and detoxing and things like that. And I'm following pretty much a carnivore diet now, because it's actually it's not inflammatory, despite what they all say, highly acidic and bad for you and blah, blah, blah. My health's never been better. Since I've been on, low inflammatory foods and predominantly, animal proteins and fat, a lot more fat. It's the food pyramid inverted.
Right?
Yeah. Everything's inverted, isn't it? It really is. It's like, if they're telling you to do it, do the opposite. That's what I do.
Do you remember the days where they said, you shouldn't have more than an egg or two a day or something? And now, so eggs were really bad for you, bad for your cholesterol, and now it's all changed and eggs are good for you. And they flip-flop 100%. Yeah,
absolutely.
So I have very little trust of what do we call it? The big P word. The big PHARMA word. I won't say it because, for certain reasons. But I have big issues with that. I think their intention is really, they never get to the root cause of illness. They just mask it. And I think they're there to, the food industry makes us sick, and the other one keeps us that way. So
to be honest, the other one gets us pretty early too. Like, if about it, in our 20s, if you're a female, they get you on the pill, and there's always some drug or thing that they want most of the population to get on board with.
100%. There's so many things I would change about raising my children if I had known what I knew back then. So many things I'd be different. Thankfully, I'm very, very lucky that they're good, healthy kids, but there's a lot that I would change. And I think what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it on here. Yeah,
absolutely. Same for me.
Yes. So it's really important to have that awareness. But with this new product, that's what I'm so excited about, because what it is, it actually doesn't. All it is the catalyst for helping our body do its own work. It's not. It doesn't actually do anything itself. It's the catalyst of helping our body heal itself. And probably shouldn't make that claim of healing, but the results speak for themselves. Let's just say
it does. Yeah, it is. And it's to do with frequencies, and I love that. Exactly. And frequencies, and it's to do with stem cells. Hello, buzzword. Yes. Everyone's talking about stem cells at the moment, and but this is the future of health. The direction this is going in, and I mean, a lot of people who are into alternative health have known for a long time that frequencies, there's a lot of different frequency treatments and modalities out there that you can use to increase your health and well-being. And it's just never been mainstream, and we all know why. But I think this particular product is going to bring it more into the mainstream, don't you?
I think it absolutely is, because one, you got people like me. Look, I'm just going to tell you, 3 months ago, I would have been like, you're talking woo-woo, and I would. It was woo-woo to me. Until I saw this in my own life. I was like, I cast it out. I was like, that did a little bit. Like, I heard about this maybe 6 months ago, and I thought nothing of it, because I was like, whatever, I'm fine. I don't need it. It's all good. It's not going to change my life. I'm not old. I'm not in chronic pain or anything. So I thought I didn't need it, and I don't know. Even when you say stem cell, patch, it will help rejuvenate your stem cells or activate stem cells. Cool. That meant nothing to me. And it's not until you realize that, one, by the time we're 30, we have only half our stem cells left. By the time we're 60, you're lucky if you have 10% of them left. And then people are like, well, who cares? And I'm like, but now I know we need stem cells. They're what grow us from this to where we are now.
Yeah. I mean, but it's not only that, the whole who cares thing. It's like this is just another case of where people accept, oh, well, that's just the way it is. You hit 60 and everything goes south and everything goes wrong. And it's just the way it is. And it's like, no, actually, I don't want that. I know it's not the future of health. I mean, God, what century are we in? And how is technology and, medical science supposed to be extending all of our lives? I don't think they've ever been shorter. Goodness. Well, they might have been. They might have been. But
well, honestly,
they should be making leaps and strides and leaps and bounds. Yeah.
Think about it though, Deb. I mean, we are literally, like, people's lives are literally being changed by this. It's just stunning. Like, with what I've seen, like, the things that I've seen in comparison to others is nothing. Mine is nothing. But for me, it's like I'm pretty excited about it personally. But when I look at people like my mum, for example, she struggled to even walk. This is my mum. I said to my sister, go down to mum's, give her a patch, just get her patched up. She needs this. I was really concerned about her. So she did that, right? The next day, my mum, I gave her a call. It was a Sunday. I gave her a call. I'm like, how are you doing, Mum? And she's like, actually, today was a really good day. I didn't need my pain meds. I'm like, oh, that's really good. She goes, well, I'm not saying it's the patch yet, Deb. And I'm like, that's fine. Like, skepticism is healthy, right? And then the next day, on the Monday, I called her. I'm like, and how are you doing today? And she's like, well, another good day. I'm like, so 2 good days in a row. I'm like, when did you last have 2 good days in a row? And she was like, well, Deb, I'm not going to say it's the patch, because it could just be 2 good days.
I'm going to stay skeptical for as long as I can.
So I said to her, I'm like, Mum, take the darn patch off then and don't use them. Oh, no, I'm not doing that.
There you go.
She stayed on it. And I tell you, like, without a word of a lie, and she'll tell you this herself, she the next day after that, she was able to do 6,000 steps, which was unheard of with what she'd been suffering these past few, however long it had been. And then the next day she did 11,000 steps, and I was, and then she was gardening. Now my mum struggled to garden with her back the way it was. It was so bad. Like, she'll tell you now she will never stop wearing the patch because she's just like, she could not believe it. She still she tells everyone, like, wherever she goes, I'm like,
that's really cool. That's really cool. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Because that's life-changing stuff. So look, everyone's wondering, what's this patch? So yeah, so it is. It's literally looks like. Have you got one, Deb, on you? I've got one here. I've got one on me.
I could.
Can you see that?
Oh yeah, I've got one on too. Yeah, that's the patch.
So it kind of looks like a nicotine patch, right? But it's not transdermal at all. So nothing's leaching into you. It is a crystalline lattice that reflects your body's light energy or heat energy. I mean, we are light beings. We are.
Yep.
That's why we show up on infrared at night.
Yep.
And
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know we were like emitted light. I don't know. I'm just like I said, it all sounded woo-woo to me. And there might be some people listening to this that think, oh, that's a bit woo-woo. Well, believe me, whoever you are, I was the same.
Everything does. Plants, animals. Yeah. We all have it. And you could even call it an aura, but anyway, so it reflects that back into the body, and that at a particular frequency. So the founder, David Schmidt, who discovered this and created them. Created them, and has been in business for 19 years now, discovered when he landed on the particular frequency that activated the copper peptides in your body, which in turn activate your stem cells. He knew he'd nailed it and got his ultimate patch, right? Because there's a few different patches that do a few different things, but when he nailed that one, he was like, right, now we're ready to really blow this up. Because if you think about it, if you can restore your stem cells getting closer to what they were when you were a kid, well, think about yourself as a kid. How fast did you heal? How much energy did you have? How good is your skin and everything, right? You're a fresh human. So it is. It's like it has got all of those age reversing benefits, basically. Yeah. And your body knows where to send them. What parts of the body need healing first. Your body will send them there. It's just unbelievable. I love it.
It actually is unbelievable. It's not until you try it yourself and you realize, you're like, wow. Like, honestly, and the thing is, the more healthier we are, and I was a reasonably healthy person, but I said to my husband, I'm like, if this product does what they say it can do, then this is a killer opportunity. Like, I was very excited about it. And for me, I was looking at it with my business mind, okay? Because that's the whole way it worked was a little woo-woo for me, to be honest. And I didn't get it. And there was,
I love woo-woo. Embrace the woo.
When you're talking about frequency and light therapy and phototherapy, honestly, it is actually quite mind-blowing when you actually, I'm new to all that stuff, and my mind is just blown with the things that can be achieved. And this is just the beginning. To have a patch that elevates the peptide that activates our stem cells, our master cells, that's amazing. It's amazing. Now, I will tell you, the longer I've been on it 3 months now, and the longer I'm on it, the more I'm actually seeing, which is really, really exciting. Because,
cool.
So
what is it? So let me share what I'm seeing, because I've only been on them about nearly 4 weeks, so not very long. And I'm noticing that generally my mood is better. I don't lose my shit quite so often as I sometimes do. I haven't been as stressed, because I'm pretty busy and I'm doing a lot of different things. And, we're homeschooling Morgan and we're house sitting and moving from place to place and place. And like, there's just a lot going on in my life, plus our business and we're building a course and there's just heaps going on. And sometimes I lose my shit because it's too much. So I found that this definitely I've been dealing with things a lot better. I've also been a lot more focused and just generally a lot more alert and onto it. And because with my diet, it's been pretty good. Because I don't have lots of sugars and stuff, I don't get the big highs and low crashes and stuff like some people might when they feel like they're going to fall asleep in the afternoon because they just had lunch. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't get that as much, but I still get the brain fog, just the whole, what was I just doing? Like, what was it? Why did I come in here? Or, that kind of thing was happening a lot. And that's not been happening. I'm really onto it. It's great.
That's so good. That's exciting.
It's fantastic. And another thing I'm noticing, I'm waking up in the morning and I'm pretty much going, pink, great. I'm ready to get out of bed. And I just sort of jump out of bed. And that normally I was pretty groggy and I'd turn over and Lyle, bring me a coffee, honey. I'm not ready to get up. I was just really sluggish in the mornings. Well, now I wake up and I'm already, what am I doing today?
Oh my goodness.
Out of bed. And
that's one of the things that I experience. I'm just like I am not a morning person. Well, I wasn't a morning person. I could stay up all night, but I am not a morning person. And I'm finding even from 5 o'clock onwards now, like I could get up, but I'm still a bit cold this morning. I'll just wait till the heater warms the place up, But yeah, my mind is a lot more alert earlier. I'm not needing the amount of I used to need 9 hours sleep. And if I didn't get my 9 hours sleep, I was a little bit grumpy. But I'm not needing that. But look, the things that I always get the embarrassing testimonials, I really do. But you know what? We're adults. That's okay.
Yeah, we can handle it, Deb.
Yeah, we can. So probably my main thing. Well, the first thing, and I actually wrote the little things down because to me they were life changing. The first thing I noticed when I put it on was the next day, or was it that afternoon? I can't remember. When I got off my bed, like normally when I get off my bed, I have to unfold myself like my back, and you walk out of your bedroom like just unfolding yourself. You know that feeling? Yeah, that disappeared for me. I was sitting on my bed, maybe watching a video or movie or something like that, and I got off and I was like, wait, I could just get off my bed. I don't feel like an old woman anymore. I was stunned. That alone blew me away. Now, if that had been all I'd experienced, I would have still backed this product 100% because I'm a healthy person. I had no chronic pain. I have no issues, but that wasn't all I saw. Then the next day, I got that dreaded time of month, when Aunt Flo visits. That's what people call it, right? Anyways, so normally for those first 2 days of that, I am practically laid up. I find I struggle to do anything physically. Like I just want to be in bed all day and watch movies and all of that. It's terrible. And I will live. And I'll live on Nurofen. And I've never, like I said, I've never liked taking that stuff. But hey, you want to get rid of pain, it's actually pretty good for getting rid of pain. So, however, I found a natural way because that first day I got minimal pain. I won't say I got no pain because I did get some pain. It was just minimal and I did not need Nurofen. That was a first in many, many years. Now, what really convinced me though was the next month I got even less pain, and on the second day I had none at all, and that blew my mind. Yeah. And then
For
the third
first time
month,
in decades.
first,
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the third month, none at all,
None.
not even
Wow.
minimal pain, none. So it feels to me like the longer we're on it, the more changes we're seeing. It's just stunning. Oh, you know what? This is funny aside, because I've heard of people patching their pets, right? Yesterday, my dog.
Come on, Toby.
Well,
he gets my old one.
Yeah. Well, my dog, Kita, she's a big German Shepherd. She's not in here right now. She's German Shepherd. She did something yesterday and she had quite a bad limp. And I was like, I think it's going to be a trip to the vets. And my husband's like, why don't you put a patch on her? I was like, well, yeah, why not? Actually, I could, and we know that dogs do heal pretty quickly, but she's getting on a bit. And I was like, I'm going to chuck a patch on her. And I chucked a new one. There you go, precious. I chucked a new one on her.
Nice.
I know. I chucked one and just under her collar, and it stuck to her collar. And that night when it came back, she's still a little bit but today totally fine, like no limp at all. Some might say, look, maybe she would have come right, but I'm going to go on past experience. Dogs normally limp for a good couple of days, but yeah, she's fine now, no issue. So it's pretty exciting. But
yeah, I'm gonna try it on my dog because he's got all those old dog big lumps on him. Like they're fat lumps. They're not like this. I've been told they're fine, but they're just quite big and restrict his movement. So I'm gonna
just chuck your patch on after wearing it. Chuck it on. Probably. I guess one of the questions I've often been asked is, can you wear these patches when you're on medication? And the answer, just so people know out there, the answer is, yeah, you can, because it's not putting anything in your body. It's drug-free. There's nothing transferring into your body. It's non-transdermal. It's simply reflecting your body's own light back into you, and it's your body doing the work. So you can wear it no matter what medication you're on. In fact, you'll probably find you come off the medication a lot sooner. There have been so many exciting results that we've seen.
Deb, you want to tell us about Amber? So Amber, you introduced Amber to this, right? Yeah. Tell us Amber's story, because it's pretty awesome.
She's amazing. I'm so happy for her. She's got a young daughter. She hurt her back years ago. I think it was about 15 years ago, she was saying. And it was a severe fall from what I understand. And when she they actually wanted to put a cage around her, around her midsection through to her back. So she's been on tramadol, which is, as you know, quite a heavy painkiller for, I think, about 8 years.
Oh my God. And, that's so addictive there. I remember being on tramadol after my cesarean, and it was actually, it was a little bit hard to come off it, because you become quite.
Wow.
It's not good shit. Not good.
Yeah. Well, it's bad, eh? But yeah, so she has been on that. She's also struggled to be, I guess, an active mum to her daughter. She's and it's been really hard for her. So she was like, she told me she's tried everything to get rid of the back pain and other things that she's had going on. She's spent so much money trying to do that. Now, since wearing the X39, and it's only, I'm sure it's only been the X39, she is now a different person. And you know what? She's not only now coming off the tramadol, she's got to do it slowly, as you know, because of what you were just saying, the whole addiction thing. She's not only coming off that slowly, she's now able to be a much more active mum to her daughter. And not only that, she's just joined the gym for the first time in
Wow.
So to go from chronic pain to now being able to join a gym, it's just mind blowing.
And how long? Over a period of
maybe 6 weeks, maybe a couple of months now. Maybe a couple of months.
Is that it?
Yeah,
a couple of months.
A couple of months. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I just remember when you introduced this to me, I remember you just saying to me, "Oh, look, Deb, just go and I've been watching heaps of testimonials, and it's convinced me that this is no fake thing. Like, this is legitimate." And I thought, okay, well, I need to go and check out some of these testimonials as well. And it is quite incredible. You know, people that have suffered migraines their whole life, gone.
That's
like
one of them is my sister. Yeah. Yeah. My sister Kylie used to have, and she's done videos on this, and she's shared in our testimonial night. She would have migraines on a weekly basis, and when I was over there, I was like, I looked at her medication that she'd have. I was like, "Do you know one of the side effects of this is a stroke?" And she's like, "Holy crap!" Like, wow. And I'm like, yeah, you need to get to the root cause of this or sort it out. So since wearing X39, she has not had a migraine since. Now, to be completely honest, she did have a minor headache, but she said that she'd been out in the paddock working. It's sunny where she is, Aussie, Queen's Sunshine Coast. So yeah, she'd been hot, no water. I'm like, oh, you gotta drink your water. You know, water is imperative for optimal cellular function, especially when you're wearing the X39. But yeah, other than that, she had no migraines, which is incredible. Yeah.
But it's helped people with more chronic and, bigger issues too. Not that I want to undermine, but migraines aren't debilitating, because I definitely know they are. But even people with dementia, MS, Parkinson's have seen massive improvements. Like I've heard, people with real dementia, people have described the life coming back in their eyes, and like they register again, that's
there's a friend of mine, Ege, and you may have seen. I may have sent you her testimonial. Actually, she's amazing. She's such a beautiful soul, and she had the big C, and she started, and it was like in her bones, and I'm not going to make any claims, and I can't make any claims, but let's just say, she said when you have that in your bones, it's the worst pain you'll ever feel, she said. And so when she started wearing the patch, she had stunning results. She was able to travel over to Turkey, which was like, because she lives in Australia, and it was like a 37 or 40 hours to get from door to door, and she said she handled it with no problems. Like, she could not believe it. They arrived just before she left on her holiday, and she was going to visit family. She ended up patching her whole family while she was there, and she said her grandmother, who didn't, was just vacant and sat in bed, the light came back. She said she couldn't believe it. So yeah, she's just amazing. And now she is, let's just say she's healthy, very healthy now.
Yeah.
You can't make claims. I'm not going to make claims. I'm just saying she's very healthy now.
And the whole reason we can't make claims, right, is because it's a therapeutic product, right? You can't make medical claims. And it's the same in the alternative health space. This is what up against this for decades, and it's so wrong. It really is completely wrong, but that is the way it is. So you're not going to get these patches will never be retailed. You're never going to find them anywhere. You'll never hear anyone talking about them in the allopathic, probably. Well, some doctors are, actually. Some doctors are becoming real converts, aren't they? And we hear cases of people going to the doctor and getting retested and whatever the thing is that they've got, and the doctor's going, it's gone, or whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because it's clearing up. It's like, what are you doing?
It's just like there was that guy Clive. He's an Australian now. Since having the double carrot juice, and his wife, she did his blood work, because she's in that space, does that stuff, and his vitamin B12 levels were so low, like they were just, it was 400, and borderline low is, I think they were 200. I can't remember. I'd have to show you the video. But anyway, it was below borderline low anyways. And he ended up having vitamin B12 injections on a weekly basis. And even that would only bring him up to sort of 600. Anyways, he was told about X39 and he started wearing it. 2 weeks later, because when he had the injections, it would just his levels would drop again. When he started wearing X39, 2 weeks later, his vitamin B12 levels went up to 1,300, which is above normal in 2 weeks. And yeah, he just couldn't believe it. So it is our own bodies literally healing themselves. They know, our body intuitively knows what to do. And I think one of the coolest things about this, Deb, is whilst you say there's going to be, and you're right, this technology is going to become rampant. Right now, we've got this awesome window of time because there's a 20-year global patent on this product. Now, we're only 4 years into that. So that means we've got another 16 years. Now, for those that don't know much about patents, in order to get a patent, it's not just to prevent people copying. But in order to get one, you have to prove that your product can do what you say it can do. And literally on the patent, it says that it will elevate your copper peptides and activate stem cells. Now, you can't get a patent if it doesn't actually do that. So the proof is in the pudding, so they say. It's doing its job, and we are seeing that with everyone that uses this. It's stunning, and it still blows my mind.
Yeah. And look, what's the options really? You know, the options are stem cell. What do they do? Inject them or something?
Yeah. And the fascinating thing about it,
and expensive.
thousands
of dollars.
Yeah, tens of thousands of dollars for stem cell injections. They're localized, so it's only that area, whereas this patch, it will go wherever it needs to in your body when they activate. So there's definitely advantages. Not only that, the stem cell injections you have to do on a 6 to 12 month basis. Why not just chuck a patch on? Much easier. I think so anyways. But you know what? The other thing that comes with this is, while it's great to see these results and heal people, no, sorry, I'm not going to say we heal. We don't heal people.
No, you can't say that.
Gosh, I'm going to cut that one out, Deb. I'll start that one again. So while it's great that we're seeing these results from people, what is really cool, and this is again where my business mind comes into it, this is a killer opportunity to get on at the ground floor level in an untapped market. Do you guys know what this means, financially speaking? It's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's exciting. Yeah.
It is exciting. No, it really is. It's ground floor. It's, you know, like you say, it's a product that no one else can provide right now. And those are elements for a good business decision, right? And of course, then there's the whole, who do you know right now who hasn't got something going on with their health? And how many people we know, how often are we hearing those ambulances going by every day, and how many stories are we starting to hear coming to light where people are coming down with chronic illnesses and issues really quickly? Not sure what that could be, but it's happening. And
now we have a way where we can help them.
This is a way that you can, exactly. You can ward that stuff off and you can start to reverse it. Well, that's what I believe anyway. And it's like an insurance policy, right? Our health is our wealth. If we can't keep healthy, how are we gonna, support our families and
you know what? Why not make some very good money while helping people?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I've only just been doing this, like I said, on my first month of Patches, and I've introduced some people to it already who are keen to, open and keen to give it a try. And I've already made, am I allowed to say that, Deb? What I've made? Well, I'm not making a claim. I'm telling you what I have made. I've made $300 in the last 3 weeks. I'm like, shit, cool, I'll take that. That's great.
Exactly. And this is the cool thing. I'm not making income claims because I can't. But what I can tell you is I'm making half my salary per week now. And I've only been doing this 3 months.
Yeah. Wow.
So my salary is pretty good too. So I'm making half of that.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
And hey, just while we're on the topic of business and side hustles, and okay, so let's be straight up here. This is, because it's not retailed and you're not going to get it anywhere else, this is a direct marketing business model. Whatever you want to call that, network marketing, multi-level network marketing, MLM, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's that, because that model works. But unlike many in that area that all do the same things, they all have the same products, the shampoos, the toothpastes, the lotions, all the things that really you can get for cheap in a supermarket. Well, this doesn't have any competition.
There's no competition
anywhere else. So that is, for me, that's the clincher.
100%. Like, and I think that's what, when I looked into this with my business mind, because I'll be honest, I did come into this for the business opportunity, the financial side of it, until I started seeing how many people actually need this. And I was like, wow, this is changing lives. And that means a lot to me. But when I looked at it, I was like, okay, having done business for, and you're the same, Deb, having been in business for myself for 20 plus years, much show my age here, quite a long time anyways, I should say. I actually don't know how long it's been, but anyways, since being in business so long for myself, I've seen products come and go. I've seen businesses that are successful and businesses that have failed, because I was in the marketing area. So what I can tell you is there are 3 things for a business to be successful. 1, you need a unique product, not a Me Too product where every man and his dog is selling it without naming names, isogenics, Nutrimix, all that stuff, all that stuff. Yeah, exactly. So you
and they're hard. They're hard to move. They're hard to sell, because every man and his dog's doing them, and you can get that stuff anywhere.
Yeah,
it's real.
And it can't be that. The second thing is, it can't be a saturated market where you've got to prove that your product is better than everyone else's. There is no worry about this one, sister, because there's a 20-year global pattern, and we're only 4 years into that. There is nothing else like it. The third thing, which you mentioned to me, Deb, that time when we talked about this, was that it has to be needed.
Yeah.
Well,
it has to be high demand. And I'm sorry, but the state of our health and the health system as well has never been worse.
100%. So this is needed.
Need this. And if you think of that as an insurance policy, these cost you maybe, what do you reckon, $42 a week, something like that, $45 a week. That's probably what and that's insurance, I reckon.
Yes, I worked it out to be $6 a day in New Zealand.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
You go buy a coffee.
For a price of coffee,
it's my Starbucks chocolate.
I know. And
there was,
sorry, carry on. No, you carry on.
Sorry, there was just one thing I do want to add, because I often get that. Is this an MLM? I'm like, yeah, it is. And you know what's exciting about that? What people don't realize is we live in an MLM society. As in, if you're a checkout operator, if you're a checkout operator, you are never going to make more than your shift manager. If you're a shift manager, you are never going to make more than the store manager, and so on and so on and so on. So you're already in a freaking pyramid scheme.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. But actually, with this, it's completely different. It is completely different, because I could rest on my laurels a bit and not do much, and I could have some people on my leg building hard out and doing way better than me. You know,
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. No, so everyone's got it, and it's unlimited too, isn't it? So
yeah, and that's the thing. You can overtake anyone above you if you do the work and you want to. Then you'll get far, and that's the thing. I mean, there are people that are going to see this for the opportunity that it is, and there are people that aren't, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm totally good with that. We still need checkout operators, so
yeah. That's exactly right. But you know what, Deb, I back go-getters, and I see you as one. You're grabbing the bull by the horns with this, and I love your vision. Because I mean, we know that that these patches are already in New Zealand, but they're not here in a big way because no one's pushing it, and no one's got the vision to drive it and take on New Zealand. And you do, and I'm like, hell yeah, I want to be on that team. Absolutely. And it's so easy to share, especially when you're having amazing results from it.
That's why I reached out to you, because I knew that you were a lot like me in that respect. And together, honestly, our team is going to bring this to the country. So people want to join, because not only have we got our wicked team, we've got great support above us, whether it's our Australian line, whether it's the American line. This is going to blow the socks off New Zealand. Perfect opportunity, perfect time to get in now.
Absolutely. And you know what? People who want to get in with me as well, because I've done this before, and I do know how a lot of these direct marketing things work, and it's all hit up your friends, hit up your family, make your list of 100, all that stuff. I'm not that girl. I'm definitely not that girl. And, with Rock the Boat, we are all about helping people launch online and using smart, savvy marketing that attract your ideal people to you in a really authentic, natural way. So I'm definitely not about chasing up people. I'm all about hooking some interest and bringing them into my world and having a conversation. So, people that join us, I'm going to be supporting people with systems and marketing strategies in order to do that. Yeah, because that's my jam.
Yeah. You've got the perfect skill set to support people too. That's amazing. One thing I do want to bring up, I did join another one a few years ago.
Yeah, I remember.
I got no, another one. There's
another one. I thought it was the lipstick. Lipstick.
No, I won't name, but I got told to make a list of 50 people, and then I had to reach out to them. I was like, man, that feels ick to me.
No, it's not the way.
I'm going to tell you something. With this, all I did was shared my experience. I had so many people, I shared in my group, and I had so many people say, wait, I want this. I'm like, sure, here we go. And I shared it all with them. And I made that the next week, sorry, because it's by week. Sorry. The next week I had made $730, and I can show proof to anyone that was. I'm not making income claims. I'm just saying that that's what I did. And that was just 1 week.
That's great, Deb.
That's US dollars, by the way.
I know. That's US dollars.
US dollars, guys. You start
over
seeing.
1,000. Yeah. That's like 1,200 or something.
Yeah. I made my money back instantly just because I shared. I didn't sell. I shared. I just shared what I was saying. I was so excited. So if people can have the, results and share them, that's all you need to do. You don't need to sell. I'm never, and Deb's never, neither Deb is ever going to ask you to make a freaking list and contact them. That's not
Hell
how we
no.
roll.
Hell no.
Big
No
dick.
way.
Yeah.
That's so last century.
Yes,
and that was a long time ago, folks. Yeah.
Look, if any of you guys want more information, Deb, we're happy to help.
Yeah. It's one of those things. It's not, no, we're not going to drop a link below. The way this works is, look, if you're interested in trying these patches for the health benefits, comment or send me a message. If you are interested in looking for a side hustle business opportunity and getting in at ground level with, to be honest, a kick-ass group of people, and we have with a big vision, then drop a comment or a DM and get in touch. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm really excited, Deb. Like, it's really funny because right now we're, as you know, we're taking our Thrive students through Thrive, and I'm building course content, and I've been really heads down, bum up in that for this whole year. It's been 6 months now. And since you came along, I've been a bit distracted. So
but, you want to know, I'm in a similar boat. Like, honestly, like I've just finished my law degree. I'm doing my legal professionals. That, for those that don't know, you have to do legal professionals before you can be admitted to the bar. I'm supposed to be admitted to the bar in November. And I'm saying to my husband, not sure I want to be a lawyer, honey.
I want to be a lawyer now. I want to,
This has taken over my life because I'm seeing so much. One, I'm seeing the potential financially, but two, even bigger than that, I'm actually changing lives by what I'm sharing. And that, I never thought I just never thought I'd see that. So that's amazing. And he sees that, and he says to me, he goes, you know what, as soon as you can replace your income, that's totally fine. So that's my goal, replace my income. And that will happen. It will happen. It's just, I'm not far off it either. He's like, it's just got to tick up a little bit more. And as soon as I'm getting that on the regular, like I've averaged it out. I have high weeks and low weeks, but I've averaged it out to be half my income so far. So,
wow, that is that's really encouraging, given it's been 3 months.
3 months, and privately, I can show you proof. I'm more than happy to do that. But I can't.
I've been doing it 3 weeks, and I've already paid for 3 months worth of patches.
Dude,
that's never happened in any other MLM I've done. I've had to buy. I have so many essential oils. I have so much anti-aging skincare and devices.
Dude, I spent $2,000 on that pack.
What? It's just the things we do, but these are the mistakes we make to show people, actually, this is a better way. Yeah. No, this one feels completely different. And one other thing I want to chat about, Deb, and this is what really excites me. And I know that you've been asked by a few people, once you start on this and you're reactivating your stem cells and stuff, what happens if you stop? Like, do they start, going back? And do you know what? Let's hear your answer to that first, because mine's a bit different, and I want to explain why. But you share.
I think I know what you're going to say. I had a conversation earlier today with a mutual friend of ours, actually.
Cool.
Yeah. So I have a feeling you're going to yes.
I love her.
So funny. Yes, she's beautiful. Anyways, so what I would say, because I'm the I'm not, I apologize. I'm not calling you woo-woo. I'm just saying that this is so different to anything I've been involved or known about. So I'm very, very, you can call me ignorant to the whole woo-woo thing, and that's okay. I'm okay with that, because I am, because I'm give me the science. Okay. I want to see how. So the proof is in the pudding for me, but that's okay. if you stop wearing the patches, your body will literally go into the aging process again. So as a small example, my mum, I told you about her back and what she experienced, and she had been on them a month, and she started spinning them out, like wearing one every 3 days. Don't do that. Because she had the chronic back pain. So she decided to try and spin it out, save a bit of money, and not have to maybe even get any more, and see if the problem returned. So then she'd ended up being off them for a week, and she started to feel those twinges again of her back going. Yeah. And I was like, Mum, don't do that. She's only been on them a month. So I feel, and when I look at my own progress and how I had no pain, less pain rather, over the period of 3 months, each month it would get less and less, and now I've got none. I feel like the longer you're on them, the more improvement you're going to make, and the slower it will be to return to your aging process, or back into the aging funnel, if that's what you want to call it. So so she learned that she, like David says, to be on them for a month for every decade of your life before the deep healing truly begins. And then you're going to get into the deep stuff. So
and then maybe you could start dropping off to once every 2 days. Maybe you could.
I probably wouldn't, and I can afford now to buy everything I've brought has been with the money that I've made. So it's free for me now.
But what I was going to say, and I am completely woo woo compared to you, and there are a lot of these other energy frequency modalities out there and tools, but also it's all within us. Like, we have so much power to heal ourselves. And I've got a great friend, Mandy Horton, who's also one of our Thrive students, actually, and I was talking about this with her the other day, and she was telling me this incredible story about, she's very clairvoyant, and she was that's a side thing. She was living in a house for a long time with tank water, and she was just sending her love frequency to the water every day, and and she'd do the same, I think, if she was going to drink a glass, what have you. And her daughter would come to the house and say, I'm not drinking your water, Mum, because stuff was coming out of it, like twigs and all sorts of things like that. And her daughter was like, she'd bring her own bottled water. And so, but her daughter was like, oh, Mum, your water. And so she thought, oh, well, maybe I should actually get it tested and get it checked. And she had the tank looked at, and there was a foot of sludge in it, and a dead possum, and like horrendous. So it was not great, but she never had a single problem, nor did anyone else who drank her water that she had healed, and like, we have these abilities when we learn to hone them, and when we learn to really tune into ourselves. And I am so little baby steps on the start of this journey, but I'm so excited about that potential. And I see these, you were talking about that patient, right? We've got 16 years of, I see these as a tool. They're a stepping stone. They're a stepping stone from where we are now, in a very stuck, sick, allopathic system that is missing a whole bunch of science that actually exists. It's like they don't even see it exists. And then you've got this new earth that we're moving to, and I swear to God, we have got two realities starting. Like, I feel like we've been on this road, and the road's split off a verge, and people have chosen, they're either on this road, they're staying on that road, or they're on this new road, and they're running in parallel now. And this is new earth technology. I swear to God it is. And it's a stepping stone, because where we're going, I believe, is that we're going to be living at such a higher vibration that we will be healing ourselves. And it's not going to take long. But I think this sort of technology is the type of technology that helps the non-believers start to believe it because they've got some actual validation that it's working, that it exists. And the next step from there is, wow, well, how can I do this for myself? Because I'm an energetic being, I'm a creator, right? So yeah, that's what I think. That's where it's going. But in the meantime, we need a vehicle like this for the non-believers to believe, and for people to get well and get to that point where they are high vibration human beings operating and going, wow, we can heal the world, literally. Heal ourselves and heal the world.
We just can't claim to do that.
We just can't claim to do that yet, apparently.
Yeah. But no, I hear you.
Yeah, that's where we're heading. I'm such an optimist. I truly believe that's where we're heading. That's my reality.
Yeah. That's cool, and that's okay. Like, because I clearly, I have clearly have different beliefs, but that's okay. Mine are more, mine are more. I don't know, religious, I guess you could call it, but that I totally respect that. That's all good, but it's a definitely a fun path, and I'm really, really, really excited about it, and I think. For me, it's just seeing the difference it's making for people. I'm just, and I've got a real passion for that now, which is funny because I never saw myself in the wellness space before.
No, this is another thing that's coming up for me. Like it's all of a sudden it's presenting not all of a sudden, it's been coming on. And I've been finding myself for over a year now thinking, I wonder if this, online marketing thing's going to be something I'm doing for much longer. I'm feeling like a career change is on the cards, and I'm moving. I'm slowly shuffling into the health and wellness space because that's the personal journey I'm on. So.
Yeah, like I would never have a million years have imagined myself in this space, and now I'm like, wow, because and you and I were just like, our skill set is in like so many different things, and now we're like moving into this. It's cool. It's very cool.
And the old me would have had some issues with that and doubts and telling myself that who are you to think that you can do that and enter into that space. But
I'm glad that's not
the old me.
No, that's good.
Awesome, hun. Well, Deb, this has been a great chat, and maybe we'll come on another time and have another great chat about.
Yeah, it has, Deb. It's been awesome. Love chatting with you. It's always good to chat with people that truly actually understand what's going on in the world. No, and I'm so glad that we're on this path and on this journey together. It's really exciting.
Really it's super fun. No, I'm loving it. And and we're starting quite regular because we're taking New Zealand by storm. We're starting our own Zoom calls, aren't we? Regular Zoom calls, Deb. So we'll pop
our Kiwi nights.
Yeah. So we could either pop a link to the recording in the comments, or we could pop a link to our regular Zoom sessions. Yeah. People can just reach out. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Cool. All right, darling. You enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.